We are here at Halloween Horror Nights 24. So we are going to go and do early entry first, and then we're off to the RIP tour. So let's head in. And we are in. There was a whole bunch of us just waiting outside. It's 10 to 3 at the minute, and they came over and let us in. So Stay and Scream starts at 3, but we got in at 10 to 3. So let's go do something for 2.5 hours before Halloween Horror Nights starts. Minion Blast has a 5-minute wait. It's probably worth 5 minutes. Let's go do that. That was Minion Blast. It's worth a 0-minute wait. It's alright. Used to be Shrek. The main issue is you can't really tell what you're doing. It's so chaotic on the screen. You've got no idea if you're shooting anything or what. It takes you out a good few minutes to work out which colour cursor you even are. But anyway, whilst we're in there, the lines for Stay and Scream have started. This is for the New York Stay and Scream. We are going to head to the World Expo one, which from the blogs I've seen is much quieter and not directly in the sun. So we're doing the RIP tour later anyway, so we don't need to stand in the sun to skip the lines on these houses. This is the, these are the big IP ones: Insidious, Ghostbusters, Quiet Place. So that's why this is so busy. Oh, here's the front. That's not that big actually, considering the front's here. But yeah, let's carry on. How long we got? Oh, we've still got 2 hours, 1 hour 40. So let's carry on and see what we can do. Yeah, that part of the park is closed off. You can't cut across there anymore, so we're gonna have to go down and round past Jimmy Fallon's, which we're not gonna do right now. Let's probably head to Harry Potter, see what the lines are like there, get some further beer while we wait. Oh, the egg looks nice. It's the tribute store next to Jimmy Fallon's. This looks cool. It's a little shipping container. Here we go. Do this. Area, a bunch of lounge flies. That was a little boo section by the looks of it, so let's carry on through. Alright then, and that's the exit, I think. These are the tills. I think it was better last year. This appears to be punk themed. Last year there was a whole comic book story that ran throughout it. I think I'm gonna get the t-shirt that has all the houses on. I think that's my favourite one this year. I don't know if I've seen one with all the scare zones on yet, but there's none of the IPs really stand out to me this year like The Last of Us did last year. So yeah, I think just the scare zone themed one, or houses themed t-shirt will be what I get. Carrying on down, Fast and the Furious. No, it's not open, it's closed for... I wonder if it's an entrance to a house again, like it was last year. Carrying on down, coming into the Blumhouse scare zone. Photo opportunity. Oh, the aircon from King's Cross is nice. Yep, we've made it all the way back over the ocean to England. We're in Leicester Square. Although it's not quite as busy as it used to be. And I don't think anyone's going to steal my camera out my hand on a bike. So that's nice. Let's go into the Wizarding World and get some butterbeer. As you come round the wall through Diagon Alley to Diagon Alley, Diagon Alley is spectacular. You just walk through here and you see that you have really been transported to the Wizarding World. What a great area this is. There's a massive queue for ice cream, so let's go carry on around and see what the butterbeer queue is like. Well, it's not out the door, so it's looking good. Right, that is the frozen butterbeer acquired. I like the butterbeer, even the cool, not frozen, liquid. This frozen one though is super nice in the Florida heat. Gringotts is 45 minutes, so we won't do that. So let's take our butterbeer and carry on round and see if we can find the entrance to the Stay and Scream Zone. Crossing the bridge over to Simpsons Land now. I feel like I might have missed the entrance to the Stay and Scream Zone, but we'll see. Carry on round to Men in Black. Nope, we haven't missed it. Here's a sign saying it's straight ahead, so let's carry on round past Men in Black. Well, I think we did miss it. Come round and now the sign says it's located at Lombard Seafood Grill, so let's go see where that is. Who on earth is Lombard? And where is his seafood grill? Well, back round to the bridge we come, and hilariously the other side of the sign has arrows which point the opposite way to the front side of the sign, so that's helpful. Well, back over the bridge we go to look for Lombard and his fish grill. Back at King's Cross, I'm guessing this here is the line, because there's a seafood shop. Pier 41 there, so let's go see where the entrance is to it. I guess it's around here somewhere. There it is, opposite or just after the Blumhouse Scare Zone signs. So there it is, we found it. We're in the line and we just got a Surreal soda mocktail, which is Fanta, 7-Up and some sort of blue syrup, which is quite nice. There's a whole bunch of seats and stuff around here. Some of them are in the shade, some of them are not. There's some standing tables as well around the corner, but it's quite a nice breeze off the water here. And then there's the Simpsons over there. Well, we got a spot in the shade for an hour. We sat down, drank our Surreal soda, and now let's head towards the houses. So our houses open at 5:45. It's now 5:30. Insidious, Ghostbusters and A Quiet Place in the New York Scare Zone opened slightly earlier, but these ones didn't open until 5:45. So let's go and see what it's like down there. I think it's a fair walk to get over there. It looks like it's past the old Fear Factor Live show. Arena? Stadium? It's not really a stadium, is it? Anyway, it's down that way. Let's go. Let's go. Theatre, that's what it's called. Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus Theatre. So, we're walking around go and get to the lines for the Goblin House and the Universal Monsters one. So let's go and see what they're like. I think I'll queue up for the Universal Monsters one first. That was the first ever house I did last year, the other Universal Monsters one, so let's do that one again first, or the new version of it at least. It also feels cool going to the HHN houses. You go through gates and down passageways you don't normally get to go down during the day. It feels like you're going backstage, which I guess you kind of are. The not great thing about HHN are the insanely long walks to the houses, so this is some walk. We're going round. I guess it's in here. We're going round. Oh yeah, here's the sign. Not as bad as ET last year to get to the Universal Monsters house. That was one hell of a walk. Let's oh yeah, we choose where we're going here, I think. Let's go. I think Goblin Feast is going in and Monsters isn't. Let's do Monsters still. Alright, this is it. These are the two new sprung tents, I think, so let's see what it's like. Maybe we should have gone in the Goblin one. Here we go, it's our turn. See you outside. The Universal Monsters house done. Feel kind of the same as I did about the house last year. It's kind of indifferent. It's quite cool. It's Van Helsing and Frankenstein's daughter, wife, fighting against Dracula and some other monsters. I guess I don't really have any affiliation or passion or nostalgia around the Universal Monsters, so they didn't really do it for me, but it was fine. Gonna try and do the Goblin one now. There's a little shortcut you can take to get back to it, so that's good. Right then, Goblin Feast time, which has basically no line. The Universal Monsters line is fairly short as well now. Probably should have done this first and then Monsters, and could have queued basically half the time, but hey ho, let's give this one a go. Goblin Feast. From the podcast I listened to, this is about some kid goblin who's gonna smash someone up at a feast. Alright, well it's been about 1 minute since we last spoke. That was a walk-on for the next house, and that was the Goblin Feast one. So yeah, there's like a Goblin Feast happening where they eat people. You walk in and the Goblin's character is quite cool. They're like standing at a market stall, they invite you in, and the makeup and stuff's really good on the actors, and then you go through, you see various goblins eating people, and at the end there's a person that they've caught. That's had a pretty better run. Sorry, truck was passing. I had a good run through there. Better run than the Universal Monsters house. I think it was rate that fairly average. Not amazing, not terrible. There's actually no queue, so I think I'll go again. Alright, it's a walk-on. Still no queue. Let's do it again, because why not? I'm back again on the second run through. One thing I forgot to say before was the smells are really good. At the start you go in and I don't quite know what it smells of. Burning? Some sort of market? Maybe that's what people being burnt smells like, but it's really good smells at the start, and then towards the end it had a really good run through about 2 or 3 of the scare actors where the timing worked out really well. So yeah, it's not amazing, it's not terrible either, that one. It's enjoyable, especially given the 0-minute wait. The Universal Monsters is pretty short as well. Now, could probably walk straight onto that. Might go and do that, and then what time is it? 6:20? Yeah, go do this again, and then head back and check out the other houses, I think. Universal Monsters, take 2 with 0 wait. let's see what this one's like. I'm actually, sorry, walk past a giant fan. I'm quite a big fan of these two new tents. They're right next to each other and it's super easy to get between one and the other. So that's been my 4th run in about half an hour, so quite enjoying this. And for the 4th time I come to you from the same place. That was my 2nd run through of the Universal Monsters house. I think my issue with it is that because I don't really know the monsters, it's quite hard for me to follow the story. Like, you start in Egypt, then there's a full moon, I assume a werewolf hatches. Halfway through there's someone in a white dress with a head cut off. I know who it is. It's quite hard to follow the story. So I think that's why it doesn't quite hit for me. And there's also a lot of sections that are just dead. I don't know if the full cast isn't there yet or what, but there's some sections you walk through where you're like, surely there's supposed to be something here. It's just a corridor that you walk through. So yeah, there's still no queues at any of them. One of the people in the line was saying that it's pretty dead tonight, so apparently that's not normal. But we're not going to go for a 5th time. We're going to go back now and see what else there is that's open. I think at 6 all the houses opened, and it's 6:30 now, so won't be able to get another house in before it opens for everyone. Alright, we're back into the park. Given how long the walk is for that, you might as well do them a couple of times if you can without a wait, because it's a long way back if you want to go again. Where shall we go? It's 6:30. We have to go check in for the RAP tour at 7, so we might as well head in that general direction and see what's happening. I guess past the Blumhouse scare zone. Back at Harry Potter, could go see if the Death Eaters are out before we carry on, or we can carry on. Let's see what the wait times are for the houses up here and decide. Okay, so we can go see the Death Eaters whenever we want without waits, and apparently Major Candy's Sweet House is only a 5-minute wait and it's up here, so let's go do that, because I can't imagine it'll be 5 minutes forever. There's a Megan. Alright. Major Sweets Candy, I think, is in Fast and Furious, so let's go have a look. Alright, the app lied. It's a 20-minute wait for Major Sweets. Normally I would do that, but given we're doing the RIP tour tonight, I don't see the point in waiting 20 minutes when the tour starts in 20 minutes. So let's go see what else is happening down this way. This is the Torture Faire scare zone. Let's go check that out. Means that we're passing through. Here last year was my favourite scare zone. This one I haven't quite seen to be as good so far, but we'll come back later when it's dark. Let's see. Yeah, so there were 45 for Insidious there and 20 for Triplets of Terror. 50 here for Ghostbusters. So let's just go do some scare zones, I think. 80 for A Quiet place. Quite looking forward to that one actually. See what that one's like. We'll come back to that later. So let's go around the front and see what the opening scare zone is like. Alright, I can hear the chainsaws. Let's see what's coming up. Oh, the main gates aren't open yet, so they might be just waiting for the opening ceremony. Oh, here they are. They're all in black last time. This time they have no shirts on. Next scare zone, is this the Sinister / Surreal one? Let's go see what this is like. He waved to me. Are gonna end our stream early there. We did four runs through 2 houses in, what's it now, an hour and 45. We could have done another 2, I reckon. Either the candy one or the triplets of terror one that are both 20 minutes. Could have done another 2 if we wanted. So yeah, it's now time to go on the RIP tour. This is Cafe La Bomba, where you check in for your RIP tours. So we just checked in for the RIP tour. You get your badge and then you come into Cafe Bomba, where there's a section of food and drink. So pizza, fries and a Sprite. There were tacos, some other Halloween food items and a whole bunch of other drinks. So let's have some food before we begin our tour. And we're back again, this time for round 2. It's tacos. They have pork and chicken tacos with all the toppings. My only issue with taco is I think they are the worst possible way to eat Mexican food because it just goes everywhere. But let's give it a go. We've got the pork ones. The pork actually looked really good. It was looked quite juicy and not too dry. So let's try this out. It's taco gone. That was fantastic. The pork actually quite spicy. That was really, really good. The pizza fries were good too. They taste like pizza on top of fries. There's pepperoni and sausage and stuff as well. But the taco is really nice. I'm gonna go get some more. I think we're back again. I just ate 2 more tacos. I didn't show you that because I already saw what a taco looks like. Now it's time for dessert. This is a cupcake and a ghost cookie and a bottle of water. So let's give it a go. Cookie was a fairly basic cookie, tasted of very little. The cupcake was actually quite nice, tasted like a regular cupcake. Give it, to be fair, it wasn't too sweet either though. Oftentimes those American cupcakes, the big blob of icing on top can be quite sweet. That one was actually fairly decent, so that's enough food I think. Let's go join this tour. Well, that is the RIP tour over. I did not get much video because you can't really take video. You get to go through some backstage areas where cameras and stuff aren't allowed, and then apart from that you're just going straight into the houses, so there's not really much time to stop and chat. It's actually really good. So you get to go to all the houses and you go straight to the front. It's not express pass, it's literally straight to the front, 0 queues, and you don't have to walk around the long way either. There's a bunch of backstage shortcuts they take you through, so it's a super quick way to get all the houses done. What time is it? It's midnight and we started at 7, so 5 hours. We got to do all the houses, all the scare zones and the show. And at the show you get reserved seating. What else do you get? We also, you get the food and the drinks, and then your RIP tour pass becomes express pass for the rides, not the houses. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So that's the RIP tour over, and now HHN is still on for a bit, so you can carry on and go around, but I'm done for today, so let's head back to the gate. I guess we can do a house ranking type thing as I walk back to the bus. So I think the scariest was probably Insidious, which I guess would be everyone's scariest. The three like mannequin rooms in that are terrifying. They were terrifying last year in Blood Moon, and they only had two maybe, but that was really terrifying. Other highlights were A Quiet Place. I really liked that. The entrance to that is super cool, where you go in and it's all dark, and then the soundproofing between the areas is really neat. I like that. Apart from that, what else was there? We spoke about goblins and monsters. Ghostbusters looked like the movie. The sets on that were fantastic. That was a really well done house. What else was there? I'm very tired. The museum one I wasn't super keen on. That's fine. The Slaughterhouse Cinema was very good. I enjoyed that. We have, what else do we have? Triplets of Terror. That one's super gory. That was quite good. It was quite unexpectedly bloody. There's just murdered things everywhere. And then Major Sweets Candy Factory was probably on my it was fine list as well. It had some nice smells of the candy, but nothing super amazing. There's a button you can press about halfway through that activates some sort of trigger, but yeah, apart from that, I think that was it. In terms of scare zones, I quite like the Torture Fair one. That was quite cool, and then the opening one with the chainsaws is always cool, and the Surreal one as well. I liked that. That was neat. Wasn't super into the Blumhouse one. That was more like some random characters were just placed there. And I was forgetting one, Monsteros, the Latin American monsters one. That was quite cool. The creatures that kept stealing the baby were quite terrifying. So yeah, that was quite enjoyable too. We are now just heading back to the hotel, so I shall leave the video here. There'll be some more HHN videos. I'm going twice more. I'll try and record some stuff there and see how my thoughts on the house changes. So yeah, catch you next time.